Alright, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and play our final preseason game in this episode today. This is the fourth preseason game, and we will be playing against the Detroit Lions in Detroit. So, Lions and Tigers. The only thing that's missing here is Bears. Just kidding. So, this is going to be a very interesting game because we've got some guys that we really need to take a look at. Like, who's our true number two quarterback? Got Chad Hutchinson in there as our backup, so we'll see how he does today. And yeah, so here we go. We tried to trade for Vince Young at the end of the last episode, and that didn't work out. So it looks like we've got Phillip Rivers as our guy. Only his third year in the league in this game. I always take the ball in the preseason because I want to get a good look at my starters before they get benched. So here we go. Here we go. Devin Hester is so fast. He broke one in our last game. It's just a matter of, going the right direction. And so this counterplay was our bread and butter last week. I think that we scored a couple of touchdowns off of this very play. See if it works. Oh, wow. It absolutely did not work. Wow. 2nd and 15. Now, we tried the flea flicker last week, and it went terribly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my wide receivers out and see if any of these safeties bite. And if they do, then somebody should be open. Oh, here he comes. Roscoe Parrish. Oh, my God. Thought he had position on that ball, but he didn't. It was underthrown. That would have worked if there was a little more air under it. That would have been a touchdown for us. But instead, wasn't this the year that the Lions went 0-16? John Kitna? Pretty sure that was this year. They have Calvin Johnson and Roy Williams. Tatum Bell is their running back. I mean, their offense isn't very good. Calvin Johnson's really good, but John Kitna, I don't know. He could probably get the ball out there if he really wanted to, but I don't like this. I want to run the man defense. I want to play everybody tight. There you go. Best thing you can hope for right there. So here they go. They're going to kick the field goal. It's going to be a 48-yard field goal. I wonder. He's pretty good. I think he's going to hit this. Yeah. Already find ourselves in a hole. Well, we need a play here. That interception that we threw on that last drive was basically a punt. It was what I would describe as a punt pass. Because it was a long pass that was intercepted and tackled immediately. So, as good as a punt, really. So, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to send Everett outside and hope that nobody can keep up with him. That was my hope right there, and it worked. Alright. Let's run it. Last time we tried to run it, Phillip Rivers got sacked before he could even hand off the ball. Do they have Ndamukong Suh? I think they do. I think that's who that bull icon is over the middle there. Here's Marshawn Lynch. Has a good run. Alright, we're going to run the slants play. Now, the quarter's going to run out. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and run it again. I think Corey Dillon is fullback. Yeah, he is. That's great. See, Corey Dillon's a bruiser. So having him as your fullback is fantastic because he can catch the ball, he can run the ball, and he's not very fast. But that's okay. He's playing fullback. So they're all going to shift to the left, so I'm going to go to the right and see if I can come off the outside. There we go. That's a good play there. I want to try this again, this counter. All we got to do is get past the first wave. 2-minute warning already? Jeez. Well, I guess we can't run the ball now, can we? Let's see. Lee Evans on the corner, and then you've got Everett as well. Everett. He should be open. Good ball placement there. If you have a less than ideal quarterback, he's not going to be able to make that throw, and it can be very dangerous. So Peerless Price is probably going to be open on this play. The last time I said that, we threw a touchdown. That was close. He's really, really good breaking it to the outside in this game. Devin Hester. Hester or Price? See that right there? Somebody's going to be open on this play. Price. Oh, it was a bad ball. I don't know why it was so far outside. If that was closer inside, he would have scored a touchdown on that play. We should be able to pick up 1 yard. Corey Dillon. Bust it up the middle. There it is. All right. Go ahead and kick the field goal here. It was a very, very good drive. Good mix of run and pass on that drive. Let's go ahead and we're going to squib it. I know that we learned last time. I think every one of these went out of bounds, but it's a preseason game. There it goes again. Called it. Alright, so I think if we run the cover 2, we should be safe here. My concern is the seams. So let's split the linebackers out wide. There you go. Call timeout. Oh no, they're going to run the hurry up offense. Okay. Alright. Oh, get in there. No, don't have position. Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I tried to come up in front of the ball, and I missed it. Thankfully, that was just either a tight end or a really slow receiver. Dante Whitner caught up to him in a hurry. There shouldn't be any way for them to score on this defense unless they run it. Okay. Outside, I should say, which they didn't do. Alright, so now, I mean, they shouldn't be able to score because we've got guys lined up along the goal line here. Alright. 3rd and 11. I do like the idea of running a zone here, but a cover 4 might be overdoing it a little bit. Let's run a cover 3. So with a cover 3, you have 3 safeties back, you've got 3 linebackers in the middle, and then your corners are playing a zone. So basically the goal of this is to not let anybody get past you. With this short of a field, there shouldn't be anywhere for him to throw this ball. I'll throw it to Terrence McGee then. It worked. It worked perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Alright, so we got 47 seconds left and 3 timeouts. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to score on this drive. At least a field goal. Lee Evans, I'm going to go long. Is he going to get there? Alright, let's see what we can do here. There's nobody. That looked like a fumble. I was trying to throw it away, and the ball just kind of fell out of his hand. Bloom or Hester. That guy's going to have to make a choice. He chose Hester. That ball just floated. Well, we're going to have to punt the ball. It's okay. So they're bringing a punt block. This may be a mistake, not audibling, but... Alright. Call the fair catch. That's a great punt. How long was that punt? Kicked it from the... What is this, the 27? Ball goes off his foot at the 16. The 27 to the 17? What is that? That's like a 50, 60 yard punt. That's pretty impressive. He's earning his spot on the team, that's for sure. So in this kind of a situation where you've got 30 seconds left, okay, so they're going to run it. But what I like to do is call a zone, because then if they do pass it, at least you've got people back there. If they run it, you've got people to come up if the guys up front don't make the stop. So I'll back my safeties up like that. And then if they get past this first level, those safeties can come up and make the tackle, which on the last 2 plays wasn't necessary. Cover 2 can be dangerous against the run, because if they can get a lane, they can have some space to go. Don't know if he's going to snap it. Probably not. Okay. Well, we're winning. So now we're going to go ahead and kick the ball away and start the second half. Pretty even on the stats, and only 4 points separating the 2 teams, so there's really not a clear... Oh, really? Just whiffed. Alright, time for some more defense. Now, I think the backups are in. They are. So Roy Williams, I guess, is the #1 receiver for them, which is kind of funny. I guess Calvin Johnson was a rookie or second year in this game. So he wasn't #1 on the depth chart. And we talked about this last time. They'll put whoever's #1 on the depth chart falls down to like #4 once you get into the second half of a preseason game in Madden, unless you go in and manually change it. By the way, let's talk about the fact that their quarterback is Dan Orlovsky. This definitely was the 0-16 year, because I distinctly remember him being the one that made that play where he ran out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Not a very good quarterback. I mean, oh, there's a fumble. Get the ball. All right. He came to the Colts, and that was the year we went 2-14. It was the year Peyton Manning was injured. Of course, they're going to challenge the fumble. Well, let's take a look at this then. Let's look at the tape. So he brings in the ball, makes a football move. Now, with Madden graphics, they're so cheesy that you can't really tell what's really happening. It didn't look like his knee or elbow was down before or after the ball came out. Let's see. His knee looked like it was down before the ball came out. Now, these are scripted, of course, so they'll make a bad call on purpose so that it can be challenged, so that it can be overturned. But that's the nature of trying to replicate something as random as a challenge in the NFL, is that you're gonna have these kind of situations. And I kind of like it. It makes it more realistic. And at the end of the day, don't you want them to make the right call? Even though it didn't benefit me, it definitely wasn't a fumble. It doesn't matter, though, because they're punting it. It's going to be a net loss of about 30 yards, depending on how good this punt is. And return, I should say. Nope, fair catch. Didn't want to get blown up by that guy. So if we play this right, we could run out the rest of the game with these short quarters. So this is Chad Hutchinson. We got Corey Dillon in at running back. And we've got a chance to try to kind of run the clock out. So here we go. There's nobody. It's hard. I want to run it off the left side. If those wide receivers pick up their blocks, he's going to have space. Didn't pick up his block. I'm going to have to audible out of this because, well, is Lee Evans going to be that open? We're going to call the play action, but this could be very dangerous. This could result in a sack if he doesn't get enough protection. Gets the protection, roll out, throw to Devin Hester. He's open. Oh, it's because I threw on the run. That's okay. I'll punt it again. See if we can make a punt as good as we did last time. So I don't know if they're going to get the fair catch this time because they're actually covering this punt. No, they're not going to cover this guy. Oh, really? I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a knack for avoiding my hit stick. That's the risk that you run when you use the hit stick, I guess. Okay, so now here's the problem. Calvin Johnson is currently being covered by a linebacker. Wow. Their offensive line is so bad. Their quarterback is so bad. It doesn't matter if they had Randy Moss over there. But it's happened. So he's so far down the depth chart that he's going to have a poop corner on him. He's just so bad. That's something different about this game that I distinctly remember from growing up with it. When you have a quarterback that you're playing against that just isn't very good, like his ratings aren't very good, and he doesn't have like accolades or anything like that, they do things like that. They play terrible. They throw bad passes. They can't find the open guy. They take sacks. And that's realistic. In current Madden, when you're playing against like a nobody, a backup, somebody who doesn't have very good ratings, they still manage to find a receiver, or they still manage to be competitive. And some could argue that that's more realistic, but it made more sense to me. I guarantee you, if a quarterback like Dan Orlovsky was in Madden 21 and you played against him, he would be making plays to keep the game competitive. But in this game, it's more realistic. You would expect somebody like Dan Orlovsky to just chuck the ball over the middle of the field to nobody. That's what he did in real life. I don't like using the vision cone at all. But it's interesting if you watch the vision cone while you're playing defense, and I can't help but use it to my advantage to see where he's looking. But those quarterbacks with low awareness have really small vision cones. And if you try to throw to somebody that's not in that cone, it's going to be very inaccurate, and it's not going to have a lot of power behind it. So people like Peyton Manning can see basically the whole field with their vision cone. But somebody like, I don't know, Chad Hutchinson or Dan Orlovsky, they're going to see like a little tiny sliver. Didn't get there. I think we're going to go for it. I think they called timeout too. They did. We're going to run quarterback sneak. And 2, I thought it was shorter than that. Oh, I don't know if I should be doing this. I'm just going to keep doing this until we get a false start. I don't want to go for it. I don't like the look they gave me here. So I just did a couple of audibles to try to throw their defensive alignment off, and I should be able to pick it up now. Go! Got it. No, he got it! He got it! He got it! That should be reviewed. That looked pretty clear to me. They spotted the ball at the 31, 30 and a half. Look at this. He's not down. He's not down. His forward progress takes him almost... Well, he takes him all the way out to where the line is. Look at where the line is. The line to gain is at the 30.5 yard line. And it looked to me like he very clearly made it over that line. Right there. Look where the ball is. He's over the line. That's a bad call. Well, their offense is so bad that we should be able to make some plays here. And Dan Orlovsky is so bad. This is like a joke. He is so bad. Oh no. Make the play. Working by design. Alright, here we go. So, come up to make the tackle. We're basically going to give them the completion. We just got to come up and make the tackle. Or pick it off. Man, they're bad. Our defense isn't this good. Yeah, they've got one timeout left. I think we can run out the clock, actually. Because you can burn off 1 minute 20 seconds with over 2 plays. Oh, look at that move by Corey Dillon. I don't think they're going to call their timeout either. I think I'm just going to keep running it because why not? It's fun. Let's see. So this fullback fake halfback toss, this play used to work back in older Maddens. I used to run it all the time. So what they do is they fake it to the fullback and then toss it out to the halfback. Who have they got on their line? Albert Hainsworth is over there, but he's matched up on a really good offensive lineman. Fake, toss. It worked okay. It works better if you have like a really fast running back. Doesn't work nearly as well if you've got a slow player like Corey Dillon. I don't like kneeling the ball. I know that this can lead to a miracle in the Meadowlands type of situation, but well, one more run and the game's over. So there was a play that we ran last time that had one wide receiver out, and then we ran a counter. I think it was this one. Counter lead. That corner on the left is going to come over. We're going to shift the play to the left. And when we snap the ball, if we can pick up the block, we can bust it. Didn't pick it up. That's okay. It's 4th down. I'm going to try to kick a ridiculously long field goal here. See what happens. A 71-yard field goal. We're inside. So there's no wind. See if we can do it. "71 yards. And he made it! That's the longest field goal. That's the longest field goal ever. 71 yards. It's a preseason game. So it doesn't really count, but it counts for user records. Wow. That was great. So we can make a 71-yard field goal if we don't have any wind. Good to know. I think he has like high 90s kick power, which is the only reason he made that. We only picked him because he had the highest kick power in the game that we could sign. Free agent anyway. So let's take a look at the stats real quick. Phillip Rivers played terribly. 28.1 rating. 4 of 8, 1 pick, no touchdowns, 46 yards. Chad Hutchinson, for the second week in a row, only threw 2 passes, 1 completion for 8 yards. Rushing, Dillon leading the pack again. Wow, that's very interesting. All right, so that's going to do it for this week. When we come back next time, we will go through the regular season. We will start with week 1. Things get real. No more squib kicks. No more running it when we should be kneeling it. None of those things. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.